Guys, here we are. Not sure what we're going to be able to do here. Of course, we really don't have the number on Zeus until it gets to, what is it, a 4? I think it needs to get to a 4 to get into the 90s. So I don't have anything that's in the 90s except for Sentinel. I really don't want to use Sentinel. I'm trying to think, what's the most... Does this go up to 95 accuracy? I probably do know the Sentinel shot. And I can kind of walk you guys through this if you do want to kind of see a way to kind of, in case power becomes the issue, which I'm thinking it might. So one of the things we can do is we can set up our adjustment with one club, and then we can just mirror image that with another club. And I'll explain what I mean here in a second. Because here you can see the power line. I'd really like my power line to be up here. And the fact that I don't have that, I'm not very happy about having to do this adjustment. So one of the things I know, first off, I'm going to need a bunch of top spin. It's really going to try to check up anyway towards max club, so you don't really have to worry about this running out on you too much. Might run out some, but I'll show you what I'm going to try to do here. You can see winds, it's really going to come down to mastering this adjustment. I'm thinking at the max line, 7% ball, at least it's going to be very close to 2 per. 2 times, not 2 per. 2 per is more like a division, and 2 times is multiplication. So if my wind is 7.6, there's 10. We're going to go 2 times, which is just a hair over 15, which is right here. So this is exactly what I was just talking about. So what I'll try to do is I'll try to kind of mirror this shot. I can kind of see where I am a little bit. And I need to just make kind of a mental note of this spot. And it's somewhere up here that I'm trying to kind of visualize. So you can see, first off, it's a little bit more than a ring, but the ring size is going to change, so I can't really use that as a threshold. But I can kind of use this fairway grid here to say, oh, it's just a little inside there. And then in terms of the hole, we're still, a decent way short. I can just kind of, if this is my max line and I'm turning pretty much perpendicular, I can kind of see that it's through this. I'm kind of focused on this spot right here as being my alignment. Maybe just a little bit north of it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to match up what we just did there with another club. Now, in all reality, I probably don't expect to make this, but it's going to be better than the alternative. Let me put it to you that way. So let's say I don't do this. What I'm doing is better than not doing it. So first off, we're going to come over here. We're going to get kind of in the same positioning, which is kind of right in here with a line to that fairway. So this is kind of an equivalent adjustment. This is more or less where we need to be. Very, very close. Maybe just need to be a little bit more north. And then other than that, because here's where I needed to be. Remember, we needed to go over power. With going over power, I might go just a little bit beyond this ring adjustment too. So we're just going to pull to the right just a little bit more because it's going to be in the air longer than what we originally anticipated. So we might want to factor that in with our ring adjustment. Now, aside from that, what did I do? I was probably 3.5 on the top spin. We're actually going to just push it up to an actual 4. So we're going to go into a 4th. Reason being is because, especially going into overpower, it's really going to kind of condense down, probably more than I want. So this is the adjustment that we're going to go with. I'm worried it might be a little left, but I think all in all, it's not going to be bad. And it is a little bit short too. So a little bit short and left. But again, you can see that ball guide, even though I got to the same spot, I still didn't have enough topspin. And why? It's because the ball guide is collapsing down so much. So I should have kept going north. I needed to go at least another 2 rings minimum, and even getting a little bit more aggressive, you know, with a 5th bar of topspin. But you can see that I was able to match up another club even with no guide. We can still get in the ballpark, and that would have been a better shot, because you can see the ring adjustment looked pretty good. The only thing that looked bad about the shot that I just did was the wind effect. So my wind effects play, I needed to go a little bit more of an overplay to anticipate that the ball's going to continue to move left after it hits the ground. But you can see where my alignment was and where I landed was pretty spot on. It was basically dead on the hole. And that's the reason I was worried about it being a little left, was because of the wind effect more than anything. But I wanted to at least see it for a first time, just in case we get a similar, because this is the first time I've done that. So the next time that I do it, you better believe that I'm going to be better off. So if I get a similar wind on any of my counts, and any account that doesn't have like the 90 plus, I can just try to match this up, and you can see that we can still be able to get in there and potentially hold that one out once we see it one more time. So good luck there. I will see you guys on 15 momentarily.